J. Aaron Sebia here with Raymond Savage Ford. Ray, what's going on, man? What's up?
It's good. I'm good. How you?
I'm good, man. Been great, bro. So what's up, man? September 13th, that's the date?
Yeah. That's the date that we just got about a week ago. So on Devin Haney undercard at the Madison Square Garden.
Do you know Devin Haney at all? You ever met him? Ever any relationship with him?
Not really. I see him around in the amateurs, but that's about it. I never really had a conversation with him.
Okay, and I know recently you were down to spar with Shakur down in Virginia.
Yeah.
You've always complimented the work that you get out there with him. So A+ work. More of the same out there.
You say what?
More of the same out there in terms of
great work. This time we actually got more rounds, and in Colorado when we used to spar, we used to do like 3 rounds and then go in with three rounds with somebody else. So when I went down there with him, we got 10 rounds in straight. I went down there twice actually. So we got good 20 rounds in.
That's what's up, man. Hey, so I was speaking to Coach. He said, when did you come into the gym with Coach Reg and start training over here at TKO?
About I say around March, April last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I came in. I was with a different gym, but things didn't go right over there, so I came here, and it's been great ever since.
Ever since, right? So, and what was it specifically that brought you here? Was it a word of mouth thing, or something that you knew in terms of reputation, or what?
Actually, I posted on Instagram that I needed a new coach in the gym to go to, and Rasheem Jefferson and Reg, they hit me up in the DM, and they was telling me like, they got great fighters over here, great spar, a lot of pros I can work with, and they said just come check it out. If you don't like it, then you don't gotta stay. But I really think you should come check it out. And when I came, I loved it here.
And it worked out, right? And you've been doing boxing for how long at this point?
10 years.
And what I read an article, I think maybe a day or two ago. What was it? What brought you into boxing? A lot of fighting as a kid?
Yeah, a lot of street fights as a kid. Growing up on my block, you had to be, you had to learn how to fight, or you was gonna get picked on. So and in school, I've been fighting a lot in school. I used to get suspended, and then that led up to being expelled from multiple schools, and had to go to behavioral schools and things like that. So.
And now obviously we're all good, man.
Yeah.
So as far as a amateur prospect, now a big pro prospect signed to Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
Coach Reg right over here. I want to kind of ask you. Can you scoot over a little bit, Ray? I do want to ask you that though, because I find that to be an interesting story about how you just mentioned the DMs, how you got signed to Eddie Hearn, and how all that shook out. Coach, how'd that shake out, that whole situation?
Oh man, it was beautiful. It's hard not to see the talent in this kid. Like he's a hell of a fighter, man. And he got great work ethic, and he just wants to learn. Sometimes like you might see him and see the boredom in his face, but like as a coach, you're supposed to know your fighter.
Right.
So whenever I see that in his face, I know that something not right. I know he's getting bored. And you got to do something different. A lot of times, you gotta, when you pay attention to your fighter, if you get that bored look in his face, now it's time to do something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't keep your fighter doing the same thing over and over and over again, or they're gonna want to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So as a coach, it's your job to do your job. You know what I mean? So, like I seen him sparring, and like the second round, he just walked over with the face like, you know what I mean? So I just told him like, yo, listen, I know you're bored, but this is the work that we gotta get. We gotta get the rounds in. Until we can go where we've been going to get the A1, the elite work, we're here. We gotta get the rounds in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, which I think that's going to be a constant thing for us taking a ride to get that elite work, because you can't go from that back to mediocre work. It don't work.
And a lot of guys around in our area be scared to spar me. Like we be trying to get work for everybody, and nobody be wanting to spar. We even try to get in it with bigger guys that's 140, 147, 135, guys like that. We be trying to spar, and they don't be wanting to spar me around here. So we gotta travel to go get different work.
And in terms of how you got signed to the Zone, Matchroom, what was it? That was Instagram. You saw that Eddie Hearn was watching a video of yours, or how'd that work out?
On my story, this was after I won the Golden Gloves, and I seen them watching my story. I was just going through my viewers and all that. I had about like 1,000. I guess I was just bored that day. I had over like 1,000 viewers on my my story, and I was just going down. When I seen his name, at first I thought it was a fake page until I clicked on his page, and it seemed like 200 or 300,000 followers. I'm like, ooh. So then I posted, I screenshot his page, and I seen that he followed me. I screenshot it, and then I posted on my story, and then I tagged him in it, and he DM'd me, and that's how that went.
And he DM'd you and said, "What? Hey, listen, we're interested in signing you." Or
I forgot what he said. Hold on, I'm about to go to it right now.
I mean, as you can see, it turned out to be something great anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
but the way you explained it to me, you know what I mean? When we were in Rhode Island, was that it just happened.
That's how it is.
Let me see. Oh man, I hope I can get this. Appreciate you. Wow, I've heard great things. What's your plans, right? So from that conversation, it happened relatively quick, right?
Yeah.
Like what are we talking? A day?
No. Actually, it didn't happen quick. I stayed in the amateurs. I was going to try to go to the Olympics, but then we just got fed up with the amateur game and things like that. We felt like it wasn't going to go our way. No matter who we beat or who we really beat, it wasn't just going to go our way. You know, we didn't have the amount of points. They go by points in the amateurs. They don't go by who won the nationals and things like that. They go by points on who won it overseas, who got the most points overseas, and that's who they determined to go. And for me, I didn't really have that much overseas experience and things like that, so I didn't have the points. Right. And I felt like in 2020, the points wasn't going to add up for me, so I just decided to go pro.
Right. And so once you made the decision to go pro, you reached out to him and said, "Hey, we ready to do it?"
Yeah. I said, yeah, we ready. I'm ready.
Well, because the reason why I asked is because he catches a lot of flack in terms of maybe, I guess, other promoters saying that he doesn't pay people enough, doesn't give people a fair shake, but that's not what I necessarily heard from you guys. Like I feel like you guys are very happy over there.
We disagree with that.
Right.
Actually, when Ray told him that he was ready to go, it seemed like he was more excited than we were, because he, you know what I mean, the signing happened, well, the meeting happened within a few days.
Within a few days from the time you said you're ready to go, right?
Yeah, it happened within a few days. So we went up there to have a meeting, and I mean, when we got there, we just loved his personality from the get-go, because when we came in, he just started joking around with Ray. You know what I mean?
Right.
Saying how big of a fan he was and stuff like that. So, and it went from there.
And actually, he said he heard about me before I won the Golden Gloves. He heard about me at the USA Nationals in 2017. 2017, he heard about me in the Nationals. He heard about a fight that I had out there with one of the number one amateur in the world, not just the U.S. in the world. He was number one in the world. He heard about a fight that I had with him, and that's how he really heard about me. But he reached out to me after I won the Golden Gloves. And as far as what people saying on the outside, like they saying he don't pay good, like they just hate us. They know he a great promoter. He ain't get promoter of the year for no reason. Like he's a great promoter. So.
I'm the people who not signed with him that's saying that. Now, I mean, that's what that is. I'm the people who not signed with him.
Well, speaking of that, man, I mean, we are at Tevin Farmer's gym, TKO. I know, are you still part of his team or not?
No. We all in the same gym. We just, I got my own team.
What's your take on that though? Like on Leonard Ellerby saying that, you know, calling it the dead zone, nobody's watching, they can't come together in terms of negotiations. Like, what's your take on that whole situation? Does it matter if we're fighting on an app, if we can get two of the best guys to come in and get paid fair? Or?
I mean, it doesn't matter, but, you know, Leonard Ellerby is saying what he's supposed to say. You know, you got to understand, in front of the camera, you have to be politically correct in anything that you say, especially when you're working for somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that Leonard Ellerby is saying what he's supposed to say. You know what I mean? In terms of being the head of Floyd Company. You know what I mean? So he's saying what he's supposed to say. But I think that, you know, should it be a 60-40 split? Of course. I mean, like they said, Devontae is the cash cow. He's the one that's bringing in the money. You know what I mean? But, you know, I mean, it's just boxing, man. And it's so much politics behind it. So, you know, you just got to be careful, man.
And so, I mean, assuming that we do well, September 13th and all that, what's like the 2-year plan, the 1, 2, 3 year plan? You're what, 20 years old at this point?
I'm 20 now.
So what's the goals, like the immediate goals right now?
Well, I want to get like one of them. But first, we're just gonna keep winning, racking these W's up. And, I say about my second year, we'll probably fight for like a lower title, you know, like a youth world championship, something like that. But you know, just take our time. We don't really have to move too fast. The more I fight and things like that, I'll see how fast I want to move and see how fast I progress. And the more comfortable I get, I feel like that's how I'm a move. You know. So,
And you going 6 rounds?
Yeah, my next fight is 6 rounds.
And this will be your first fight going 6 rounds?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward, like kind of hoping to get the rounds in, or if you know, if you can get the guy out of there quick, like are you looking forward maybe to go a little bit more than you have been?
This how I look at it. I look at it like I don't have to rush anything. This now we got a little bit more time. 2 rounds is not really that much, but it's more time than what I'm used to having. So I feel like I can go in there and just take my time a little bit and place great shots at the right time. I don't have to go in there and throw all these combinations, things like that. I can work on sitting down on my shots a little bit more. And depending on how tough the guy is, he might go out early, he might go out later, he might not go out at all. But you know, my thing is just to, you know, slow it down a little bit and place a couple more harder shots than what I usually have been doing. So I think that I can get him out of there. I hope that I can get him out of there. And we'll just have to see.